I know many old friends with backgrounds like me. They too, as adults, converted to Christianity. Poor family life growing up with lots of strife. They, like me, turned to peers in teenage years. Perhaps drinking and drugs were their vice. Teen pregnancy, love was a roll of the dice. For me and them alike, we knew our guilt. So the fundamentals of Christianity were built to rid us of all guilt and shame. Jesus' crucifixion, we are to blame. The thing is, I actually believed as white as snow. I had become, but some in my past did know. They didn't seem to, with confidence, trust my conversion, 'cause they've been members since. Little kids grew up so swell. Supposedly in their family no one yelled. I tried to certain passages tell. At least God knew that I was clean. Resonated deeply with Mary Magdalene. Jump ahead a couple of decades. Never accepted in a variety of ways. Side-eye glances thrown in my face. You were the type who wasn't chaste. I was only a kid back then. 20+ years now, I'm a sincere Christian. Yes, well, I hear what you say, but my judgment of you cannot be swayed. Here's the clincher when I realized I was suffering for Jesus my whole adult life. Whether the churchy judgmental bias or staying with a husband who denies his treatment of me like a slave, both cooking and cleaning and sexually. For Jesus giving his life for me, I was accepting a life of misery. I know all those things I've done. Your word tells me my other cheek turn. Take wrong, yes, Lord, I will for you. If you hadn't saved me, I don't know what I'd do. After finally leaving abuser, which went against all I knew to be true, a year and a half later I determined this book teaches my detriment and harm. To give my life like this God did for me, but he for a day hung on a tree. Why does this Bible to a wife say, defraud not your husband, give your body? It isn't yours, it belongs to him completely. Marital rape did not fit my belief system. I knew my Bible well and from love obeyed Jesus. It happened slowly over time. I questioned more and more the why. Why does this book place burdens heavy, then acts as if on me there isn't any? I knew other types of Christians. They, to the New Testament, didn't listen. Sex they enjoyed even if not wed. Gay pastor they allowed, other religions married. Overall, the way they lived life wasn't hurting them. Took no bullshit as wife. If something with them didn't sit right, they certainly didn't console the Bible to see if they were right. That's a less dangerous way to live. If you're the kind of Christian consulting, basing life decisions on New Testament teachings, fear will be the fruit that's born. If your situation is already poor, perhaps it's okay if married to someone nice. You may only become lifted up in pride. If married to a user and hater, suffering daily for Jesus, meanwhile waiting for Jesus to send relief, rescue me. If he wants me to suffer, I'm willing. It says he doesn't give more than we can bear. I used to ask him why it feels he gave way more burdens than my share. Husband cheated with prostitutes and others. 2 children I've buried, several miscarriages suffered. Yelled and pushed around, but needing to release, so he could his sexual climax find relief. I've worked to understand in recent years. Shame from childhood, I've cried tears. Believed I needed to suffer for Christ's sake. 25 years kept me stuck in abusive marriage. Now instead, I own my past, which made a lot of sense with what I wasn't given. So I've forgiven myself for any wrong, but most importantly, I've sought her to understand. We are meant for connection. If non-healthy offered, we may accept unhealthy substitution. Similar to if starving, we may be willing to eat mouse or chipmunk, not normally deemed yummy or good, but to stay alive most would. Stronger now than when a kid. Alone I stand until restitution. I still believe in a higher power. Intuition leads me in all my power.